everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is all about what to do when you are struggling to manifest things using the law of attraction. So I've had a lot of clients come to me, I've had a lot of people message me in dire situations where they feel like they follow all the steps, they read all the books, they do all the work, yet somehow they are still struggling to manifest things, or even worse, everything starts falling apart. But what I want to talk about today is exactly why things are falling apart, what you can do about it, and why you are struggling to manifest certain things in your life. Trust me, I've been there before. I've read all the books, I've followed all the steps, I've, done the meditations, the affirmations, tried everything. And there are still moments where no matter what you do, you feel like you just can't manifest a certain thing. And I want to let you know the problem is not, any specific thing you are doing, but there is something that you need to understand in why it's not happening. So inside the law of attraction, there's something called the law of polarity. And the law of polarity means that for every one thing, there's an opposite other thing. Sorry, that wasn't a great way to explain it. Let me try again. The law of polarity means that for everything you do want, there's obviously an opposite side. Basically, for everything that you want to create, there's an opposite end of the spectrum for something you don't want to create. So there's an opposition for everything you want to create. But what I want to share with you is such amazing information as to why all of a sudden when you're trying to manifest something amazing, it feels like your life just blows up. So it's not just you, you're not alone. And trust me, I've been in this situation before where I've, read all the books, followed all the steps, done your affirmations, tried so many different things and still had the law of attraction not work for me. And I totally get how frustrating that is. And it's so easy at that point to just dismiss the law of attraction and say it doesn't work. And I have people coming to me all the time saying, oh, that's not a real thing. It doesn't work. It didn't work for me, so it must not work. But it's not true. The law of attraction is a law. It's just like the law of gravity. You're standing on Earth. You're not falling off the Earth as it's rotating around the axis. So sorry, that's my dog if you hear that. But it's a law. It exists. It's a law. So just because it doesn't work for you one time, it doesn't mean that it doesn't work. And the reason that sometimes you are struggling to manifest certain things isn't because you're doing it wrong, isn't because you're, practicing the steps wrong. It isn't because you're, not doing, it's not something you're necessarily doing or not doing. When you're struggling to manifest certain things, it might be in the timing. It might be because you're not fully in alignment with where and who you need to be in order to have what it is that you want. So I was recently working with a client and she wanted to create her own business. She no longer wanted to work the normal 9 to 5. She wanted to do something creative. We got really clear on kind of her goals, what she wanted to do, and did some mindset work to kind of set the path for her to get started. And she came to me about a week or two later and she got fired from her job and her rent increased and it felt like her whole world was completely falling apart. So anytime that someone comes to me with something like that, my biggest advice is find out what it is that you're missing. What is the missing piece? Because if you want something, the universe is going to find a way to deliver it. And sometimes if you aren't changing the things that need to change in order to have what it is that you want, the universe will do it for you and it will do it forcefully and sometimes it will blow up your life. So it's that whole thing where it says, shift your shit or the universe will do it for you. That's pretty much applicable. That's what was happening. The reason she got fired from her job was because she was working long hours at a job she hates and there was no time for her to invest in her own business. And the reason her rent was increasing is because she had been wanting to move for years. And she ended up finding a newer apartment in the area she wanted to live that had a studio space where she could actually work from home. So it actually was a blessing in disguise. Anytime you feel like your life is just completely blowing up, there's always little details where the universe is trying to make the path for you to have what you want. Like if you stay in the current situation, nothing is going to change. You have to make a move for something big to happen. And if you weren't going to make that move, like I said, the universe will do it for you. And you might not like it. There's one saying that describes the situation perfectly. Your old life is going to cost you your new one. So in order to have what it is that you want, you have to become the person who already has it. You have to be in complete alignment. You have to think those thoughts, act from those feelings. You have to become that person. You can't continue to work at a 9 to 5 job that you hate if you're trying to start your own business, unless you're, doing stuff on the side, doing stuff at night, burning yourself out. In order to be the person you want to be and be where you want to be, you have to make the change. You have to figure out all the little things that need to be in line. You aren't going to become a millionaire entrepreneur by working a normal 9 to 5. It's just not going to happen. You're not going to find your soulmate by staying in every single night. You're just not going to find them. You're not going to get to where you want to be unless something changes. And if you're not going to make the change, the universe will make that change for you. The next time you feel like there's chaos in your life or that the law of attraction isn't working, see what steps you can take on your part in order to help align yourself with where you need to be. You don't need to take any big drastic action. You just have to see the patterns that are blocking you from having what you want. If you're, trying to work from home, like what are the things that are stopping you from doing that? What are the things that are holding you back from doing that? Are you making any moves whatsoever to start working from home? Are you building a website? Are you, you have to do something. The universe doesn't give you something for nothing. As long as you take inspired action, the universe will completely align you with whatever it is that you want. The universe is always trying to communicate with you. It's up to you to listen. Whenever you feel like you're trying to manifest something and it's just not happening, or even worse, things are falling apart, ask, what can I learn from this? If you keep asking that question, what can I learn from this? What can I learn from this? You will eventually get an answer. The universe will supply you with an answer. I promise it will. It might be in a dream. It might be, a subconscious thought that pops up. There are so many different ways that the universe is trying to communicate with you. But if you don't listen and don't tune in, you won't get the message. So the next time you're struggling to manifest something, think of these 2 key points, if nothing else. Ask the universe to show you where you need to be, and then from there, take inspired, aligned actions that support behaviors of the version of yourself that already has what you want. You can have, be, or do anything you want. You are the only one placing limitations on yourself based on your lack of imagination and your lack of attention on the wish fulfilled. So you need to focus all of your attention on the wish fulfilled. There's this book that I'm obsessed with called The Power of Awareness. I think I've read it like 4 times. And they talk about the feeling of the wish fulfilled. That's what you really need to focus on. And if you're doing that and you're still not seeing results, ask the universe, show me where I need to be. Find behaviors that support it. Find ways to feel that feeling of the wish fulfilled. That is the key thing that'll get you your breakthrough when you're struggling to manifest something. I also want to share with you, I have an Abundance Academy digital course if you're interested. Inside the course, I show you specific manifesting methods based on your unique learning type. So it's basically like a manifesting course tailored specifically to you. We basically work on your mindset. There's workbooks, there's videos. It's all about your mindset, your belief system, and we find you your own 7-step manifesting process that works every single time. It's kind of a cutting edge, breaking thing. I've been studying the law of attraction for over 10 years. And these are things that I found that work so well for every single person, because the way one person manifests is completely different than the way you might, because you have a different learning type. We all learn differently, and we all, different things work for different people. So if you're trying to manifest things based on the way that, your friend is and it's not working for you, it might be because you have a different learning type. It might be because you're a different person. Everyone is so unique. So I try and help you find your specific manifesting methods, and it's a really great course. So if you're interested, I left a link below. And as always, be sure to like and subscribe to my channel for more manifesting tips and tricks. I'll see you next time.